can rim run, and Dave can come. You can come, roll down, and lift. Jay and Damon, good cuts. You want to go opposite the ball in the 3 spot, all right? Slice, third side, cutting to score. You're cutting to look for a layup. You spot up to shoot. Right here.
Brian Gorget said in his pre-game chat to you that he was going to show some different things, that maybe some of those different things aren't quite working for him.
Yeah, I'm not sure. There just hasn't been a lot of movement. I mean, 45 points with 5 minutes to go in the game is not enough. But he was talking there about trying to get slice cuts and on-ball screens and people rolling out and coming off picks. That's what they need, more movement in the offense.
Well, let's see if they get that this time down the floor. As they go with Smith and Ryan on the wings. Anderson has to go high, a long way from the basket to receive the ball. But right now it's in the hands of Mills to try and make something happen. There it is happening for Jason Smith. He went hard to the basket and he was hit hard. So Smith it is who will go to the free throw line. So a tough foul there, and it's going to be played tough right down this last 5.5 minute stretch. There's Jason Smith, was hit hard by Craig Bradshaw, coming from the other side and helping out. Attempted to block the ball, but he really wanted to make sure Jason Smith didn't score. Now this man wouldn't be a popular man in New Zealand. This is the man who took the gold medal away from New Zealand in the Commonwealth Games.
Well, I did the series at Commonwealth Games for New Zealand Television, and I kept saying in that last 30, 40 seconds, don't leave Jason Smith alone in the corner. So what happens? He nails it from the corner. Unbelievable.
Make no mistake, there will be a lot of NBL coaches sitting at home praying that their players don't get injured in a game that really means nothing for the series.
Yes, the NBL is only 3 weeks away, and they're going to count the basket.
Oh my. Oh my.
And count the basket. So 50 plays 47. That's a key call right there. Pero Cameron can make it a 3-point play and kick that lead out to 4, which the way this game has been played, that is a substantial lead. Mightn't seem so in a normal basketball game with 5 minutes to go, but points have been so hard to come by. We've got one to come. A step over the line here. So Cameron to make it 4. He does exactly that. You can't give him 2 shots at it. Patrick Mills goes through. He leaves the ball with Sam McKinnon. Now with Damien Ryan. Mills making the cuts, trying to get some movement in this offense. McKinnon drew the foul that time out of Craig Bradshaw. The foul was down on the floor, and that was the 3rd foul on Craig Bradshaw.
Talking about the NBL coaches, Shane, Brendan Joyce will be very happy with the form of Big Pero Cameron.
I was speaking to him before the game, and he's always been impressed with Pero. He's somebody that has the international experience, but a lot of poise to his game and maturity for a brand new club like the Gold Coast.
3-point shot from Patrick Mills is just a bit too long, but they do save it on the end line, the Tall Blacks. Now they come up on defense to try and spring this ball loose. Pero Cameron showed the fake, a hand in there from Damien Ryan, a long bomb from Phil Jones, and that puts a dent in the score. 54 plays 47. That is a big lead right now with 4:40 to go. A big basket from Phil Jones. Have a look at it. It was a busted play. Phil Jones on the end of it, and they are so hard to defend when the play gets broken down.
They certainly are. I think we've noticed a big difference in the rivalry between the two countries. I think there's always going to be one, but now there's a lot of New Zealanders playing in our league. A lot of the guys have become friends, and there's not a hatred that there used to be.
No, I think you're right, and it's that familiarity amongst the players.
David Anderson just snapped a 13-2 run by the Tall Blacks. A 5-point game we've got now. Phil Jones, the man who made that last 3. Bradshaw, they'd be happy to see him outside the 3-point line, you'd think. rather than close to the basket. Kirk Penny under some pressure. 3-point shot from Pero Cameron. Just can't make it fit. And Sam McKinnon grabs the rebound. Key plays right here now for the Boomers. They've got to get a good shot on the end of this. But it's coming from Anderson for 3. Not sure that's the shot they want.
Certainly not the shot they want right now. 5 points down, 3.5 to go.
That'll be a Tall Blacks ball.
I don't want to get too excited, Phil. There's still 3:42 to go in the game.
Well, I think that calm Ryan Gorgon we were talking about is not going to be so calm right now. 3:40 to go, 5 points down, and he's called timeout. We'll go inside the huddle if we can and have a listen. We can't listen to Ned Vucinic, unfortunately, because he won't let us have our microphones in there. But he would be fairly impressed with the way his team's going. Here's Gorgon.
On this set, let's take that ball across the street, all right? So bring it. Damon Ryan, you want to be here. Jay wants to be the cutter. Go to Damon, all right? Set the double screen for Jay. Flash Sam, hold the cut, all right? Look at Sam on the pull-through. Dave Dunker's spot. Caddy, fill behind. All right? Pull through for Mac. We want to go aggressively now on the run, straight shakes. Set the hit, lift, make good post targets, be strong here. We need 3 minutes of good defense, and we got a rebound. Out of possession.
Shane, when we run shakes with this group out here, who are we going to see with the ball?
You're going to see the point guard come down. You're going to have everyone above the free throw line except for the wings. There's going to be on-ball screens and people will play out of it. But he called earlier that he wants Sam McKinnon to have a pull through to the baseline. Everyone will spot up. That's when Sam's best. When he's got some space, he can be aggressive and he's got it in his mind that the play's for him.
Right now, the Boomers are facing a very tough defensive set. Tall Blacks lead it by 5. Pero Cameron down low against McKinnon. That's where Cameron likes it. But he goes high to Bradshaw. 3 seconds, 2 seconds left on the shot clock. And Cameron has to fire off a buzzer beater. They do get the ball back. That is a heartbreaker for the defense. They've done all the good job for 23 seconds and then give it up on an offensive board. And the Tall Blacks have grabbed plenty of them in this game. Here they go with Cameron, dumps down low to Hanari for another easy 2. A 7-point break with 3 minutes to go. Now the question is being put to the Boomers right here. The Tall Blacks in the zone. 3-point shot for Damien Ryan. That's what he's in the game for, to try and make that shot. If they do keep it alive, it is a Boomers basketball. But against the zone, that's what Damien Ryan's got to do. Here's that pass from Pero Cameron to find Hanari underneath.
Just beautiful one-touch stuff from Big PC. Blaze fans are going to love him.
They've got a new shot clock. McKinnon, he got fouled. Count the basket. Gee whiz. That was... I thought he hit him down on the floor.
He certainly hit him down on the floor. At least they've been consistent with that continuation. Look at that. I mean, that's clearly a second.
Well, that was a foul. Yeah, but that was a foul. There's no two ways about that.
Of course it was a foul. We know that. It's just that they've counted
it. Turned around and, oh, gee whiz. He's lucky to be on the line to shoot an extra one here, I reckon. Well, Sam McKinnon steps up and can trim this lead to 4. This is when you look to the captain. And he's done it in previous games. When his team's been in trouble, he's found a way to score. And he's come up with a 3-point play here. McKinnon with 9 points now. Hanari. 4-point game with 2.5 to go. Penny. This is the way I thought this series was going to go right throughout. Didn't happen in games 1 and 2, but it's happening here in game 3. And Pero Cameron, talk about captain stepping up. The big man does it again.
Well, all you've got to do is look to big Pero Cameron. 9 points, 8 boards, 6 assists. He's going to try and carry a win on his back.
McKinnon patiently, but takes it for the rack this time. Can't score it. Kirk Penny grabbing the rebound. A hand in there from Brad Newley. Anderson wasn't able to control it, and the Tall Blacks have the ball again. leading by 6 with the ball and 1 minute and 3/4 to go.
They're going straight back down to Big Pero Cameron.
Keep going to the well. And he's done it again.
Was that athleticism?
He is so mobile, isn't he, for a big guy?
He really is. He's a class act, and he has been even in the games that they've lost. You see him in the block there. No one comes to help. Athleticism from the big fella.
That is amazing for a man with his size to be able to do that.
He's done that twice. That was 2 different baskets there.
But I mean, he just hasn't started doing that this year. I mean, he's done that for the last decade.
Yeah, for his whole career. That's why I said the other night that the criticism that you might have of Big Pero is the fact that he doesn't go down on the block enough. You know, sure, he's got a beautiful jump shot once he sets those 2 feet outside the 3-point line, but he really does do a lot of good work down low.
High scorers for the Tall Blacks. Jones with 15, Bradshaw with 13, Cameron with 11. For Australia, it's Newley with 12, Ryan with 11 and McKinnon with 9. But 1 minute 38 to go, and this game is right on the line here. 8-point difference. It'll be a very big effort for the Boomers to come back from this. Tonight, Pero Cameron has shot 5 of 6 from the floor, none of 5 from the 3-point area. So makes your case about going in down low.
Oh, absolutely, and that's the sort of thing that that's the criticism that people do have of Big PC.
Well, the Boomers with a big job to do right here. They'll have the ball from half court. You imagine it gets down to about half a dozen possessions right here. And you've got to make up 8 points. You figure there's got to be a 3 in there somewhere. McKinnon, Darnell Mee with a 3. He makes the first one. And he's been left on his back. Is he hurt? I don't think there was a foul there. There's been none called, and this could be...
I think he's just landed on someone's foot.
Have a look at it again. McKinnon goes out to Darnell Mee, gets the shot up. You can't see his feet at that point, and comes down and lands on his back. I hope he hasn't hurt his back.
He's done his ankle for sure, mate.
It's an ankle, you reckon?
I apologise to Alan Black up there in Cairns. I did touch wood as I said that about the NBL coaches sitting at home, because you certainly don't want to see anybody with any sort of injuries.
Definitely done his ankle.
Yeah, right ankle. Have a look at it. Whose foot does he come down on?
Henarez's
foot.
Yep.
And that's the classic ankle injury, isn't it?
You hate seeing that.
Oh, you just squirm when you see it. You don't want to... Oh, that's terrible.
Well, Darnell Mee goes to the bench, and that brings back Patrick Mills. What a time for him to come in. His team down by 5 with 1.5 minutes to go. Just hit the big 3, Darnell Mee. And now Jones brings in the front court. Bradshaw thought about the 2 and thought better of it. Now can go to the basket. Big move from Craig Bradshaw. A 7-point game.
Something to cheer about, Phil.
You have. And Newley takes 2 off it again. So suddenly the scoring becomes a little easy. Hanari off to the races. Patrick Mills has to foul him and put Hanari at the free throw line. And Hanari could put a lid on the game right here. Here it is, that move from Craig Bradshaw. He took Anderson outside and then just wheeled on the inside.
But look at the wheels
from Mills.
But look at the wheels of Patrick Mills. He gave Paul Henare a good 2 meters head start there.
Well, they have struggled from the free throw line, and Paul Henare has not had a great reputation as a free throw shooter, but knocks this one down wobbly. They all count. They count for a point. Rather you wobble them around the ring or just hit all net. But he's made 2 of 2 at the right time now for the Tall Blacks. Just over 1 minute to go. Mills for McKinnon. They have to score quickly. It back into the hands of McKinnon, who takes it on the inside. Mills in the corner for 3. That's short. Tall Blacks looking good right here. Henare gets it into the hands of Jones. In no hurry right now. They have to foul him. They tried to foul him, but the referee wouldn't call it. Cameron. Both teams in the bonus. If they're not fouling, they go underneath to Jones, who gets the layup in, and he'll make a 3-point play of it. So the game, you would think, is locked down right now for the Tall Blacks. We're 9 seconds out, 33 seconds, 9 points out, 33 seconds left. I've got to tell you a quick story here. I've seen a team win 9 points down with 45 seconds to go in a world championship, but we're 33 here. I've never seen one from here. We got a whistle on the play, and someone was in early. No, in fact, it was Pero Cameron in early.
Yep.
So it'll be the Boomers' ball from out of bounds.
Well, Hammer's gone down looking for interviews. I've got to say, his 3 predictions have gone wrong. I had to say that because people back home in New Zealand have been saying you've
got it right there with Damien Ryan. If he had hit that basket there, he was right on the money.
People keep saying to me back home, you've got to get a shot in at Hammer at some stage. And it's taken 3 tests and just about 21 seconds left in the game to be able to get a shot and say, well, Hammer, you didn't get your 3 predictions right tonight.
Well, the Australian stock market bounced back this week, and so have the New Zealand All Blacks. So even the New Zealand dollar came back.
It certainly did. Changed a bit of money at the airport today.
Henare will go to the line to shoot a pair, but this has been good for New Zealand. I know Australia wanted to sweep the series, but it's been good for New Zealand for a bit of pride to come back. I mean, unfortunate that they've their first path to Beijing has been cut off. Australia has qualified for that, but this All Blacks team, who we thought would be a lot tougher than this through the series, have come back and showed some New Zealand pride here.
You just don't know how much pride and how much confidence this is going to give the All Blacks, because they have taken the drubbing in the first 2 tests. Even though it's a dead rubber, Phil, it's important to win the game.
Absolutely.
And so, they're going to take a lot of heart. And as you said before, they've got a repechage series to go through, and I'm sure Basketball New Zealand will go out and do everything it's possible for them to get to that qualifying series, because it's going to be tough, no doubt about it.
Well, let me tell you the teams that have qualified for the Beijing so far. Spain has qualified from 2006 World Championships. China, the host nation, get a spot. Australia's qualified from Oceania. Iran has qualified from Asia. That'll surprise some people over Korea, who didn't even make the final. In Africa, it's either Egypt, Cameroon, Angola, or Cape Verde. The Americas series started last night, but that's the end of the game here. Australia have gone down in game number 3. The New Zealand All Blacks can stand even taller here tonight with a 9-point victory in game number 3 to make the series 2-1 in favour of Australia. And Phil Jones, who we just saw on screen, has done a tremendous job in this game, but his captain, Pero Cameron, has done an even better job. He's been outstanding. I mean, the teams congratulate each other at the end of the series, and New Zealand are a bit down about losing the series, but they can walk out of this building with their heads held high tonight, because they've performed particularly well and reminded us that this New Zealand team is very, very tough. Tony Rampton, who played a bit part in this series, but there weren't a lot of opportunities for him. Craig Bradshaw, that man, he had an outstanding final game with 15 points. He played well in game number 1. In fact, he's been very, very handy right throughout the series. Yeah,
I've really enjoyed Craig Bradshaw. He's a youngster that we've got to bring on slowly. I know a lot of people back home try to put a bit more pressure on him to perform, but I think he's performed very well. The All Blacks, they've got to be happy with themselves that they've managed, because Australia played good basketball throughout the series, and they didn't give up this test either.
Well, Australian captain Sam McKinnon is with Shane Hill in centre court.
Well, Sam, it must have been a difficult one to prepare for tonight.
Yeah, it was. I know I was very relieved after Wednesday night's game, and we spoke about that before the game, and we thought we were ready to go. They probably just came out. We missed a lot of shots early in that first half, and probably confidence dropped a bit, and they hit some tough shots down the stretch. We're probably waiting for them to do that in games 1 and 2. They didn't do that. We won the series, but look, it was disappointing, but I'm pretty proud of the guys. We committed from the start, and we got the goal of going to the Olympics.
I think you must have missed Sav again a little bit tonight. He's been great in the first 2 games. You and him especially have really worked well together. Yeah,
we work well. I mean, offensively, we're doing okay, but it's the defence. We sort of know when to switch, when not to switch, and we got caught out a few times today, not switching. They got a few open shots, and they ran their offence well tonight, and we didn't guard it well enough. But we missed Sav, but all in all, pretty good couple of months.
Great effort in the series, mate. You've done Australia proud. And we've got a couple of the Kiwis here. Phil Jones, you came out differently tonight, mate. You were aggressive.
Yeah, you know, maybe it's a factor of having some legs under you after a really tough tour over in Europe and China and that. And not trying to make excuses, but I think maybe we should have been back a week earlier. And
well, I think so. You're away 4 or 5 weeks. It must have been hard mentally and physically to be able to come to the series.
yeah, well, before that we had 3 weeks in New Zealand at a fitness camp, and then we went straight to Europe. So it was tough, you know, but you live and learn, and hindsight's a great thing. So hopefully we can learn from that, and next year be more prepared.
Good game tonight, mate. Thanks for that. And we've got the captain of the team, Pero Cameron. Good effort tonight, mate. Showed a bit of pride, the fellas.
Yeah, I think guys really stepped it up. Craig Bradshaw got us started early. You know, it was looking like a he's 0-0 in the first 6 minutes. You know, not a very nice game for the crowd, but we come away for a win, and we'll take that.
It's going to be really important you guys go away and try and qualify next year, which I think you've got the ability to be able to do. I think it's not only important for New Zealand basketball, but for also Oceania.
Yeah, you know, it's a little unfortunate only one of us can go. You know, Australia, deservingly so, they kicked our butt in the first 2 games, and you know, a little bit lacking in this game. They missed Sav, I think. But yeah, we want to do well in that tournament and get to Beijing. That's the goal, and we'll go away, reassess in a month or so.
Look forward to seeing you play with the Blaze, mate.
Yeah,
good job.
Looking for you.
Yes, a little...
Ai, ka tika rā e te iwi kua eke panuku kua eke tangaroa te kapa Tall Blacks I tēnei te tukunga whakamutunga o te whakataetai ki te kapa Boomers. Ono te kaumā whitu ki te rumua te kaumā waru e Tania. Last thoughts summing up this great game. Teamed off a series.
High five for the Tall Blacks. They'll be happy with their performance tonight. You know, they executed well on offence, and Nenad will be happy with that.
Oh, ka tika rā, Tania. Ara, koe te mihi hoki ki a koe I whakarangatira tō mātou hōtaka me o whakaro mātatau hoki. No reira, tēnā koe. No reira, e te iwi koe nā mātou mai whakātau Māori tā mātou hari tā mātou kua ki te whakapāho I tēnei whakataetai katoa kia kite hoki te hua I puta mai I te tukunga whakamutunga mo te kapa Tall Blacks. No reira, mai mātou katoa I tēnei pō Māori.